My name is Mia. I'm 21 years old, and like many people my age, I find myself caught in a whirlwind of thoughts about the future. It's exciting to think about the endless possibilities, but lately, those thoughts have taken on a different tone. They feel heavy, like carrying an invisible backpack loaded with fears, doubts, and questions I can't seem to answer. 1,000 questions. Every morning, I wake up with the same questions buzzing in my mind, like an unending loop. What will I do with my life? Will I find a good job? What if I fail? These aren't just fleeting thoughts. They cling to me throughout the day, following me like a shadow. When I look around and see my friends achieving their dreams or confidently talking about their plans, I feel the pressure building. Why don't I have it all figured out? I ask myself. It's as if everyone else is moving forward, while I'm stuck in place, unsure of where to even begin. The fear of the unknown. But what weighs me down the most isn't the comparison, it's the uncertainty. The future feels like a long, dark tunnel with no visible end. Will I succeed? Will I find happiness? What if I make the wrong choices? The not knowing is terrifying, like standing on the edge of a cliff and not being able to see what lies below. Some days, the uncertainty wraps around me so tightly it feels hard to breathe. It's as though I'm lost in a dense fog, searching for a path but finding none. Talking about it. One evening, after yet another day spent wrestling with my thoughts, I decided to talk to my older sister, Sarah. She's someone I've always looked up to, wise, patient, and calm in ways I often wish I could be. As I poured out my fears and frustrations, she listened without interrupting, letting me voice every worry. When I was done, she said something that caught me off guard. Mia, it's okay to feel unsure about the future. No one has all the answers, not even the people who seem like they do. Everyone is just figuring things out as they go, step by step. Her words were like a small flame lighting up that dark tunnel. Taking one step at a time, Sarah suggested we break things down into manageable pieces. You don't have to map out your entire future in one day, she said gently. Start with small goals. Focus on what's right in front of you. That night, we sat together and made a list of things I enjoy, things that bring me happiness and purpose. I realized that I didn't need to have my whole life planned out right now. I just needed to take one step at a time. The act of writing those goals, no matter how small, gave me a sense of control. For the first time in a while, the future felt a little less scary and a little more like something I could shape. Learning to trust the journey. As I've started working toward those small goals, I've learned something important. Life doesn't follow a straight line. Plans change, detours happen, and sometimes, the unexpected turns out to be better than anything you could have imagined. Now, when I catch myself worrying about the future, I remind myself to trust the journey. Every step, even the missteps, teaches me something. I've started to see challenges not as roadblocks, but as opportunities to grow. Finding strength. Of course, there are still days when the weight of tomorrow feels heavy. But I'm learning how to carry it differently. I've stopped demanding that I have all the answers right now. Instead, I take a deep breath and remind myself, it's okay to not know. I am learning, growing, and becoming stronger every day. The future is still uncertain, but it no longer feels like a looming threat. Instead, it feels like a blank canvas, waiting for me to paint it, one brushstroke at a time. This is my story, my journey learning to face the future with hope instead of fear. What about you? Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the weight of tomorrow? If so, how do you manage it? Maybe by sharing, we can help each other carry the load a little more lightly.